Let's talk about what you get when you enroll with us. To be clear, all of our leads are 100% exclusive. We source our leads through search engine ads. We as advertisers have the ability to target specific phrases that people are literally searching into the search engine and serve them with ads. So what ends up happening is people search a high intent search into one of the search platforms. We serve them ads, and then they come to our site and request a quote from one of our agents. Right off the bat, we get someone onto our page who's actually looking for an IUL. What we do from there is we filter based on age and monthly contribution. If someone's between the age range of 25 to 60 and they can contribute at the bare minimum $300 a month, that's our absolute floor. And if they're outside that range, if they're above 60 or if they're below 25, they have to have a certain amount of existing assets in place to qualify. Now, if you want a full in-depth video on our leads, how we're targeting, more details on the qualification process, we have a video specifically that covers, it's called What Makes Our Leads Different. I think you'll probably find that video helpful. I just want to keep walking through what you actually get when you work with us. So whatever quantity of leads that you purchase from us, you're buying qualified leads. To be clear, these are someone who searched into the search engine, a high intent search. They were served one of our ads and they filled out our form and qualified on the form. This is who you're going to receive. Now, because we turn away so many people in the form because they just might not be a fit for an IUL, we are going to give you what we call overflow leads. Now, to be clear, there's no guaranteed quantity of overflow leads that you're going to receive. Basically, whoever we turn away from the form, if you would like to see those, we will still send them to you and you can roll them over and sell them into another product that might make a little more sense for them, such as an annuity or another product. Now, to be clear, whatever quantity of qualified leads that you buy from us, you're guaranteed to receive that quantity of leads. Currently, at the time of shooting this video, what we're seeing on our end is about 40 to 50% of high intent traffic that goes to our forum, we end up disqualifying in the forum, and those are not counted as guaranteed leads for our agents. In reality, let's just say, for just a rule of thumb, you buy 100 leads from us, you might end up seeing upwards of 200 total leads. You'd see 100 qualified leads, and you might see, if we're sending, depending on your state and what we're targeting with you, you might see upwards of 200 leads in total from a batch that you purchase from us. That would essentially cut the cost per lead in half of whatever the cost per qualified lead and whatever you purchase your leads at. Now, we have multiple packages. The more leads you buy, the better cost per qualified lead that you'll receive. Depending on the package, we will live transfer these leads directly over to you or book them into your next available slot on your calendar. So what ends up happening when a lead comes through is they will be sent into your Go High Level account. You'll get access to a Go High Level account, and in here we have a lot of our long-term value-driven follow-up sequences. You and I both know that the sales cycle on IULs can take a little bit of time, and sometimes we need a little bit of nurturing. So what we use is what we call value-driven follow-up. We use email specifically to follow up in a non-selfish manner with leads in your pipeline. A lot of the topics that we cover is questions around IULs, second layer questions, which is questions that come from questions, expectations, and objections. At the time of shooting this video, we use AI in a lot of areas, but we don't use it with follow-up, because what we found is AI just really doesn't replace manual value-driven follow-up, which is required in order to write the most policies out of any leads that you buy from us. Now, we work with agents who are already producing, and they prefer to spend their time speaking with people who can actually fund an IUL and that are actually searching for an IUL in the first place. And they bring us in as the marketing experts to help give them more capacity and leverage. We only work with A players, and we know that if we were to give a true A player leads that are actually looking for an IUL and they're qualified based on age and monthly contribution and assets, if they fall outside of our 25 to 60 range, we know that that agent will write more production off of leads versus guaranteed appointment. If we just give appointments, we know that it's going to attract a lot of B and C player agents that are really not going to put in the work that's required in order to actually write policies. But if these leads are going to true A players that are confident in their ability to close, we know that they're going to end up connecting with more of these leads anyways. So they're going to get more quantity of people that are actually looking for IULs that are qualified. They're going to speak with more people through this system versus the guaranteed appointments. If you have any questions on this prior to our call, as always, feel free to shoot us back a message, and happy to clarify anything. We'll also go through all of this in much more detail on the call.